Philippians 3 and 8.
All
Yea,
praise to the Most High. We
doubtless,
bring
and
the
without a
Sabbath
doubt.
in.
And I count all things but loss for the
Overlooking the
excellency of
pyramids,
the knowledge of
using
Christ Yahshua my Lord,
chaos
for
without
whom I have
letting
suffered the
check the
loss of
sun.
all things,
The sun is
and do
setting
count them but dung,
in the east.
that I may win Christ.
Wow. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah. I know how it feel to be well respected. Been there, done that. I know how it feel to finally get who you dream of. Being love, yeah, being love. I know how it feel to have so much money. You be glad you didn't choose that over this. I throw that on the way before I ever give this up, yeah. We let them have that. And I just want you to know. I just want you to know. Yeah. And I just want you to know what this is. This is better. And I just want you to know. I just want you to know. This right here, this right here. And I just want you to witness some of this. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. I know how it feels to explode with anger. Yeah, you finally fly off the end. Yeah, when your enemy realize he's got that one. Yeah, when you get the flashing on. I know how it feels to unleash that pressure. You won't even build that up no more. But when you got this, you never even build that up. No, no. And I just want you to know. Yeah. I just want you to know. And I just want you to know what this is. That ain't got nothing to do. And I just want you to know. I just want you to know. You gotta see this for yourself. And I just want you to witness some of this thing. You gotta feel this with your own soul. I promise I don't think I'm no better than you.
Okay, we live, Dr. Burst. I want to welcome everybody back to T.H.I.E.F. T.H.I.E.F stands for travel, health, investing, exercising, that freedom lifestyle. And I got a brother on, man, a brother I've been following for quite some time. Man, he's taught me so much. He's probably maybe only one I know on this earth is doing this work. Dr. Truman Burst. I mean, this guy, everybody, you're in for a treat. Tell the people who you are, Dr. Burst.
Thank you, Brother Travis. My name is Truman Burst. I'm the Bishop of Good Shepherd Ministries, which I formed officially in 1999. Yet I was, I've always been a minister, ministering to people. God laid that on my heart to care for the suffering of humanity. And so that's what I've been doing since 1961. So I've been doing this now for over 60 years because I'm 82 years old, or young actually, because I'm still young and I'm still full of vinegar and I still have the same the same drive that I've always have. In the beginning, I saw people suffering to death. I saw them taking all the drugs and all the things, and they were still dying. They were still suffering. And I'm 5 years old, and I'm witnessing that. And God struck my heart to do something about it, and I didn't know what to do about it. Except I just was so concerned about it, and it always concerned me. Finally, when I'm 19 years old and I'm living in Las Vegas, Nevada, and my job was to go out to the Nevada test site and deliver auto parts. Well, during that time in 1960, 1961, 62, they did underground nuclear testing, and fallout was all over the desert. That's what really killed John Wayne. He did a movie out in that area, and then he came down with cancer.
You said
And a lot of
fallout.
people.
what was that? It was nuclear weapons. Like what was that?
Underground nuclear testing. They were igniting nuclear devices underground in Las Vegas, Nevada desert.
Wow.
And that's what they were doing. And I'm out there. John Wayne's out there making a movie. He got cancer and died. I'm out there delivering auto parts to the Nevada test site because that was my job, delivering auto parts and being an auto parts counterman at Las Vegas Auto Parts in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1960-61. So, so I'm out there in that desert, and all of a sudden, I'm coming back, and the hair's falling off my body. I don't have any hair left on my body, and I lose weight, and I'm down to about 79 pounds.
How old were you then?
Pardon?
How old were you then?
I'm 19 years old at that point.
19, you said it. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, 19 years old, and I'm sick, and I'm dying, and the doctors are telling me they don't really know what's wrong with me. But I'm too sick to live anymore, and they said you're gonna die in about 2 weeks. And and so people came by from the church that I was going to there in Las Vegas, and they said that there was a native Indian who knew all about natural remedies, and she was going to speak at that church. She heard about me and invited me to come there, and she would help and see what she could do with natural remedies. Well, I told them thanks for the invitation, but I can't even move my wheelchair anymore. I can't get out of bed anymore, so I can't go. Thank you anyway. And they said, oh, no, we're going to put you in the back of the car in the wheelchair and then so forth. We're getting you to that church, and maybe she can help you. So I reluctantly went. And then I'm sitting in the back of the church. And here comes this a very short lady. She was about 4'10", 4'11". My mom was 4'11". And but anyways, she looked straight at me when she was at the podium, and she looked straight at me and she said, "What's going on with you?" And I said, "Well, they don't know." And she said, "Are you married?" And I actually got up a chuckle at that point. I kind of chuckled and said, "No." And what does that have to do with anything? Because I'm 19 years old and I'm a little cocky anyway. And I asked her, well, what was that got to, and she says, because I'm coming to your house after this broadcast, and I'm going to stay for a few weeks because I can't stay longer than that because I have a college to teach, teaching natural remedies up in Alert Bay, Canada, and at that point I just left my body. At that point, I left my body, and I'm out of my body, and I'm above the church, looking down into the church, and I'm watching her because then she says, "I'm Dr. Norma Myers. I'm from the Green Shores Herbal College, and we use natural remedies." And she went on to talk about it and so forth, and then all I find is somebody shaking me and saying, "It's over. She's done talking. They say you must have fell asleep," but I didn't fall asleep. And then I was back in my body again, and they were telling me that they were putting me in the back of the car there and taking me home. But she was following us in her car, and she stayed for 3 weeks.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay, during this time, right? Was there more of awareness regarding natural herbs, like versus now? We know now the climate with natural herbs, the government comes down. How was this? How was the environment back then regarding the government stance and the regulations regarding?
Yeah, in 1961, the government was laughing at anyone who used natural remedies and told them that what they ate and those natural remedies were bad for them. You know, they you know, all their, excuse me, what the natural remedies were bad for them, but all they needed was just plain food, and it didn't matter what they ate. And that's
Doc,
that was their
Doc,
position.
let me ask you, Doc, what is your stance when people when they call people like yourself root doctors? What do you or you know what do you say, root doctors or
Herbalists? They called us herbalists.
No, when you hear the word root doctor, what is, do you laugh or do you agree? Like,
well, yeah, and they called us root doctors and so forth, and they called us a lot of other names too, because we you know, what they said what we were doing was worthless and a waste of time, and that we were interfering by taking natural remedies, that we were interfering with their with their drugs, and that we ought to stop it because we're wasting our time and our money, and it doesn't matter what remedies because they're useless. So that was their position on natural remedies, and it hasn't changed much by most of the medical doctors, but some of the medical doctors have realized that what you eat and what you drink is important, and that you need certain nourishment. That's more acknowledged now today, although they still have divided themselves from natural remedies. So if I was to tell you there was a cure with an herb, I'm supposed to go to jail.
Really?
That was the way it was then, and nothing's changed. They still hate us. All the laws are against us, and they try to ignore us. And anytime that we come up and vilify natural remedies, and it's been that way since they took over in 1940.
Doc, explain
when the
this.
FDA formed.
Explain this now. 2 years ago, I went on a fishing trip and I met a gentleman, and he was telling me about his wife. She owned a pharmaceutical research company, and he told me that his wife and these team of scientists would go down to the Amazon and get these herbs, bring them back, study them, and make chemical compounds out of the natural God-given, herbs, and make drugs out of them, and put a patent on it and sell it. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, that is not that's not possible. The reason is you cannot make a drug out of an herb and claim any. You cannot claim any medicinal value from any food. And natural remedies are foods. They're not drugs. They're food. And herbalists don't prescribe, and we don't diagnose, because in order to prescribe and diagnose, you have to prescribe and diagnose drugs. Now, the evil people in the pharmaceutical industry, medical doctors, pharmaceutical drug houses, they that's it. They are the only ones that take chemicals, and they get a chemical reaction from your body. Then they claim that because it temporarily makes a disease, they treat it. There's no cure. Medical science does not cure things. They treat it over and over and over until you're either dead or you're under, or that you or that you have or that you're continuing to live, and most likely with a very sad lifestyle, because you're sick, you're still sick, and the drug may be keeping you from dying for a while, and then the drugs leads up, loads up in your body because it has nowhere to go, because
Hold up, Doc.
your
Hold up, Doc.
body doesn't understand drugs. It only understands natural food. So
Are you telling
drugs
me?
build up, and you can't get rid of them. They become toxic, and people are dying from the drugs. But that is ignored.
So hold up, Doc. You telling me that their mission is not to heal you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Your volume, if you could turn it up a little bit more, would be good.
I need to invest in a mic. Hold on. Let me hold on.
Because you are.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I need to invest in a mic. Hold on.
Yeah. So we need to increase the sound on your end.
Okay. How do I sound now?
Still sound is kind of low.
Hold on. Hold on.
Why? Because I got my sound maxed.
Yeah. Hold on.
Well, let's see if I can change something or anything here. Okay, this is LMCT. Let's see if that. Okay, let's try this. Okay, give me a sound check now. No, I got no sound now. Okay, so I got to go back and stay with that. Now give me a sound check. I got no sound now. For some reason or another, my sound is now muted, and I don't know why. Change microphone, change device.
How do I sound now?
I hear you now.
Okay. Okay. I was lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was gonna say, but anyway. Okay, so
we were talking about drugs versus foods.
Yeah, you were here. We was talking about, okay, so there's no money. Is there any money in healing people?
There's no money in food. There's money in drugs. They will charge you thousands and thousands of dollars for a drug, and here you are sick and dying. You can't afford the drug. And that is the drug industry has been raising prices on all these drugs for all these years, and they priced themselves, to where only the middle class, and some of those, and the very rich can afford their drugs, and that's
perfect.
it.
Let's transition. That's perfect. Let's set it up right here. Let's transition to an issue that's affecting all people here in America. Yeah, I'm 43, and it's people my age that don't have blood pressure medication. I mean, that is madness. And it seems like these high blood pressure pills, it's like it's never ending. They never solve high blood pressure. How do we fix high blood pressure from a natural standpoint versus their drugs? Could you talk about that?
Sure. Okay. So let's talk about natural remedies. And again, I'm not prescribing or diagnosing, because I'm going to be talking about food, and you can't prescribe and diagnose food. And I'm not claiming any cures. All I'm doing is letting you know what the scientific evidence is. That's all I'm going to do. And it won't be things that I said. It's going to be what the natural food industry and science says that what these foods may do to help people. And I didn't say absolutely will do. I'm saying may help some people. And let's take a look at high blood pressure. So now I'm on a website that I created that the FDA banned.
Really?
They banned herbalhealthreview.com and told me in 2010 if I didn't take that website down, because it absolutely described the natural remedies and the science of natural remedies that could help people. Go ahead.
Talk about how the government came down on you and made your life a living hell just by wanting to heal people. Talk about that. Let the people know the hell you call.
I had an FDA attorney call me up. in October, November, or I think it was October of 2010, and told me, he called me from Washington, D.C. and said, I'm an FDA attorney. I'm calling you from Washington, D.C. And if you don't quit making natural remedies, and if you don't quit praying with people and helping people, and that website that you have with all that information, that is totally against all of our rules. And if that isn't gone, and if you don't quit doing what you're doing, we will destroy you financially and we'll put you in jail. And that's what it is. And I said, and when he said that, I said, I will call you back. I never called him back. I lied to him. I did not call him back. I prayed about it. And the Most High God told me to sue the FDA. Well, I knew right then and there when I'm supposed to sue the FDA, and here I am. My credentials are, I'm an ethnobotanist and a phytotherapist with 2 PhDs. I'm a
Hold on,
graduate.
did you say you got 2 PhDs? Not one, two.
Two. I'm a graduate. I'm a ethnobotanist and a phytotherapist with 2 PhDs. I'm a graduate chartered herbalist, master herbalist, master of herbology.
Good God.
I'm an ordained minister and a certified bishop, and I love Jesus Christ. And what I do is I go about and I encourage people to keep the faith and use natural remedies. And then I point to this website that was banned and all the information that was banned. And I ask them to go up on that website, herbalhealthreview.com. Then if they'd like to know all about the healthcare that I've created in over 60 years that it took me to create all of the information, do all the research, and then publish it free on this website for people to go in and access all these reports. It has all about the healthcare system, and they can join me free every Thursday for free information. I do a free broadcast, and they can go and click on health discussions on that free broadcast, and it brings up that all the information and all the ways to join that broadcast for 2 hours every Thursday, and it's free. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you're the only one on this earth doing this, because I've called in and asked. I'll tell you something. I've had friends, right? I had one brother that he had some issue going on with his heart, and I told him, hey, listen in. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna ask the question, and I called, and you talked about this for an hour and a half, and and the brother, I guess, not like most people don't really take this seriously, and I guess they think this is quack science, and he didn't listen, but you went in, and I don't think a lot of people are brainwashed into with the pharmacy and the commercials, and they believe this is quack science. So yeah, this is the only, I tell brothers and sisters, take advantage of this, call this guy and just ask a question. He goes in and it's free. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
Yes. And it seems like we may have lost our ability here to have a screen capture. So I don't think anybody's looking at what I'm looking at. And I want you to check and see if you can make sure that I've got a screen capture going. Can you do that, sir?
No, you're good. It says stop. No, you're still sharing.
I
see it.
You can
see.
See.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Keep going.
All right, that's good. So I'm going back here now.
Stop.
So here's all the ways to join that broadcast for free every Thursday and you come on to that broadcast, but you don't come on like the lady did the day before yesterday, last Thursday, when I was doing the broadcast. A lady came on and she started asking about my health problems, my situation. And I said, please understand that we can't answer any questions where you're saying my health problem, my cancer, my this, or my high blood pressure. That's illegal. They want to, and if I answered that question and I told her, please don't do that, and so she said, well, I didn't understand. And people don't. They think they can come on a broadcast and you're in America, so you can ask a question. You're supposed to get an answer, but not in America.
Wow.
That don't happen. I'm supposed to go to jail. So I told her that. And so she backed off, and I said, now look, let's rephrase that. And if you want to talk about a situation, that, high blood pressure, or if you want to talk about cancer or diabetes, we can talk about it, but we're not going to talk about it for you. We do not prescribe or diagnose food for people. We don't do that. And then the evil people would say, oh man, he told her, she asked him what was good for her high blood pressure, and he answered her, so he's supposed to go to jail for the rest of his life. That's America. That's sick. But this is the tip of the iceberg. You see, we are so messed up and so controlled by evil circumstances that I'm vilified, and drugs are the heroes. Chemotherapy, which kills people, is the hero.
We'll get to that. Go in on that blood pressure.
So
we're gonna get to that.
So anyway, there's all the ways to join that broadcast over your telephone, over your computer, so people can just come in over the telephone. But don't ask me about your health problem. Just ask me to explain what the natural remedies are for high blood pressure. Now let's go do that. But I just want to let you know, here it is, health discussions, all the ways for free help for you and everybody you know. Free. And it's free. 2 hours every Thursday. And I've been doing it for years and years and years.
Not free.
Totally free. You just log in and join the broadcast and ask me to explain high blood pressure. And that's what we do. Now let's go explain high blood pressure. We're going back to the common condition reports on this website that was banned by the FDA, that you are not supposed to be able to access this. You're not supposed to see this information. So when you bring up this website, you're supposed to close your eyes and plug your ears. Okay. But we're not going to do that here. Here we go. High blood pressure. So what is the culmination of 60 years of research coming to high blood pressure? What are the natural things that may help people? Well, here's what it says. It says high blood pressure is a popular issue among a lot of Americans across the country. The fast lifestyle of fast food, soda, and stress is starting to catch up with the average American. It hasn't started to catch up. It's caught up with them. And who do you know? Everybody knows somebody who has high blood pressure. Americans, so much so that an estimated 1 in every 3 Americans has high blood pressure. So I'd say that whatever the doctor's doing is not working. But that's the case in a lot of cases. Anyway, this puts the person at risk when they have high blood pressure. They are at risk for heart disease, stroke, and even kidney disease. So it don't come by itself. It's bringing its bags with it. And its bags include heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease when you have high blood pressure, and a lot more besides. Now, even more, high blood pressure is costing the United States citizens $93.5 billion in healthcare services every year. $93.5 billion is what the pharmaceutical industry is being paid for failing to eradicate it and just giving you another drug and another drug till you finally die. So, man, but some people, and the number's going to be really low that actually get helped with drugs. Because what they really need to do is they need to change their diet, and they need to introduce proven and tried herbal tinctures and natural remedies.
So, Doc,
to
so
help
let me ask
people
you.
get back to a healthy you.
Let me ask you
without breaking your pocket and also live a quality life. Yes.
Let me ask you a quick question regarding the medication they give you. Is it like, I always thought about how blood pressure is like when your check engine light in your car comes on, all they do is they cut the light off, but they don't fix the problem. Like, is that a good analogy?
That's
Like
right. They turn the light off, they leave the light on. Doesn't matter. They're just going to start throwing drugs. They're going to try this. They're going to try that. They're going to try the other thing. And along the way, if you die, well, they tried. You get more sick. You get that stroke, and it kills you. Like, you get kidney disease, and they put you on dialysis. You get heart disease, and so it goes on and on and on. They are in business to make money, and they are making plenty. Now, the many foods and dietary factors that affect blood pressure is high sodium, people eating a lot of salt, and that kind of a diet increases blood pressure in some people, not everybody. Some people are going to have a high sodium diet and work just fine for them. But the less sodium some people eat, the better blood pressure control you might have. Now, even if you're taking blood pressure medicines, okay? Now let's get into it. And ailments and sickness and disease are most commonly caused by and or exacerbated by our lifestyle choices. Ingesting plenty of clean water with organic, nutrient-dense foods. I'll say it again. What you eat is what's going to make a big difference. You cannot live on fast food and expect to be healthy. That is definitely not going to work. You can't even live on grocery food store anymore. If it's not organic, it's got nothing in it. You might as well be eating the package that it comes in, because it's garbage, because it's got to be organic, because the farmers in America have exhausted the soil, and then they keep putting fertilizer on it, and instead of rotating the crops like they're supposed to do, you got the same crop time after time after time, and it's dragging everything out of the soil, and they keep putting in all the chemicals into the soil. So the soil has nothing in it. Our soil has nothing in it because of the farming practices. And that's the way they have to farm, by planting the same crops over and over until they exhaust the soil. And then you got all this fertilizer, food that really doesn't have anything in it. And people are eating that, and they don't understand why. They just don't feel well. I mean, they're eating a salad, they're eating, but it's coming from it's not an organic salad. They're eating food, but it's not organic food. So it's got nothing in it, and you don't know why. They got a good diet. They're drinking plenty of juice, and their juice is concentrate. It's not even real juice. It's concentrate. You look on the side of the label, it says real juice. You read it, real concentrate. You know, but we've got so many of these things that are gone against us that now we have a nation that is very, very sick. We are the sickest industrialized nation on earth.
Facts.
Yeah. So here we go. So anyway, the thing about it is we've got to have clean water, organic, nutrient-dense foods, supplements, if like everybody is vitamin D deficient. When I say everybody, at least 40% of the world is deficient in vitamin D. And vitamin D is what increases your immune system. So your immune system is allowed to drop down to nothing because you don't have enough vitamin D. And when you get the vitamin D, all of a sudden, and especially if you know how to use the vitamin D, how to introduce some foods into your diet and supplements into your diet to make sure that you're not one of the 40% that is vitamin D deficient. And when you're vitamin D deficient, you are a candidate for everything. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, because you don't have enough vitamin D.
Doc, let me ask you
they're taking this supplement or that supplement, but they never addressing the vitamin D.
Hey, Doc, let me ask you this. I used to work when I was in the rat race 9 to 5. You know, you're stuck in the office, and sometimes it's hard to get sun. Tell the listeners what are some good foods they can get vitamin D from if they have a hard time getting sun. If they're stuck in the office.
Well, what you do is you really don't want to try to get that the vitamin D from the food. In that case, everyone should be supplementing their diet with vitamin D. And if they go to and if they're worried about getting too much vitamin D, which too much vitamin D, too long, which is not the problem. Nobody's having that problem. But too much vitamin D, too long, will cause you to absorb too much calcium. You see, and we're not absorbing the calcium, and we have osteoporosis and bone disorders because we're vitamin D deficient. So we're not getting enough calcium. And people are going into osteoporosis, and they don't, and their doctors, so their doctor gives them, instead of 1,000 IUs of vitamin D, they give them 2 or 3. And that's not enough. What needs to be happening to people is every October, at the beginning of flu season, when and the sun is going away, and the sun is what's giving us vitamin D. But the amount of vitamin D that you need from the sun would be just before you burned. That's how much D you need in your body. Just before you burn. So unless you're going out and then getting a suntan just before you burn, you are not getting enough vitamin D. And then so 100 is the level of the amount of vitamin D that you should have. And again, people are deficient. So what needs to be done is every October at the beginning of flu season, and when your immune system is crashing and trying not to get the flu or get sick because the weather's changed and the sun is gone, and now you're D deficient, but you don't know it. And now you're really not getting any D at all. And that's why you get sick. So now,
I see the correlation. Is this the flu season is because the sun is diminished. So now people are not getting enough vitamin D. So
what they're getting, they're not even getting that anymore.
So this is why a lot of people catch. This is why it's flu season. Is that a fair assessment?
That's it. That's why it's always flu season in October. Sun goes away, D levels go seriously low, and then you want to watch. So here's what they do. If you go to the Make Lifestyle Changes report, okay, so now let's take a look at how we address that. So we come over here, and we're going to go and open up another tab of Herbal Health Review. And we're going to click on the Herbal Health Review. Well, I clicked on it, but it didn't work, so I'm going to try it again. There we go. Come on. There we are. Now we're back at Herbal Health Review, and we're going to go to common conditions, and we're going to see the answer. Because the answer is your diet. People, where do you start? You start with your diet. What you eat is what you are. If you're boozing it up and eating, and every meal is a fast food meal, you're just robbing Peter. You're overdrawing your checking account in your health system until you are dead. That's it. So now we're going to click on common conditions, and we're going to go over to the side panel over here. And here's how you solve this problem with everybody being sick all the time, because they're eating the stuff from your supermarket, and it's not organic. So you're not getting the nourishment, and you think you are because you're getting a salad, you're eating correctly, you're not eating too much meat and so forth, but it's non-organic and you're getting nothing. You might as well be eating the carton the food comes in. But now let's look at the answer. The answer is on this side panel, and it says make lifestyle changes. So when you come down to the make lifestyle changes report, and all these reports do something that no other website in the United States is allowed to do. You look at this make lifestyle changes report, and it says click on this B12 and folic acid, because that's something that you should have to increase to help your diet to be stronger and better. And then when you read up on B12 and folic acid, oh, by the way, and it's organic, and it's the real thing. It's not a synthetic. It's not a chemical. It's food. It's B12 and folic acid naturally. And you're taking a half a dropper 3 times a day. And that one thing is rejuvenating every cell in your body. Rejuvenating every cell in your body and waking up the brain.
You're giving brothers and sisters the blueprint right here.
Years old. Go ahead.
No, this is the blueprint. You're giving brothers and sisters the blueprint on your website.
This is the blueprint. So when you get to be 82 years old and you've taken B12 and folic acid for years and years and years, you don't look 82. You don't sound 82, and you don't act 82.
You 82, right?
I'm 82.
He told you still got a 6-pack. Last time we talked, you said you had a 6-pack.
right here, bro.
Okay. Oh shit, yo.
Was I kidding?
Oh, man.
Was I kidding?
You know,
and I'm sitting here all day long, and I don't even go for a walk. The dog goes for a walk. I sit here.
This guy's 82 with a 6-pack. Hey, listen. You can drop the mic right now. You don't got to say no more.
Anyway, so this is where you start. You got high blood pressure, you got cancer, you got diabetes. This is where you start. Making sure you're getting the B12 and folic acid drops, and it's waking up every cell in your body. And guess what the second thing is? The second thing is liquid sunshine, vitamin D3, natural drops. Not in a capsule, and not in a gelatin capsule, because a lot of brothers and sisters do not want gelatin capsule. They don't want any horse hooves. So they don't want gelatin capsules. So here's the only vitamin D3 as a liquid, not in a gelatin capsule. So, and here's the secret. When it comes to be October, and here comes that flu season, you take 50 drops. Each drop is 1,000. So 50 drops is 50,000 IUs of vitamin D. And people say, oh, you don't take 50,000. You can take 50,000 you could take it for about 6 months. That would be too much. That would be too much. So what does it say here? It says take that 50,000 one time a day for 15 days. That's 2 weeks in 1 day. That's not a long time.
Okay.
2 weeks in 1 day, you're going to, during flu season, at the beginning of stressing your body out, you are pushing your immune system. You are feeding it all the vitamin D3 at once. Got it? Now on the 16th day, that would be October 16, you're done. Now just take 10 drops. 10 drops are 10,000 once a day. So now 10,000, and a doctor will generally give you one, used to give you none. But now you go to a doctor, they're actually prescribing vitamin D for you because they're not stupid, and they know that you have to have it, so they underprescribe it, and they're going to give you 1 or 2 or 3,000.
Okay.
That's it. That's all they're going to give you. But here you're getting 10,000 naturally, and you're getting it every day now since October 16. And thereabouts, if you're off a week or something, or before or after, it's not going to be a big deal. Okay. Just try to hit it right around flu season. Start with 50,000 IUs of vitamin D3 for 15 days. On the 16th day, take only 10 and stay on 10 for about 6 months.
Okay.
That'll bring you right into spring. That's the other time your body says, oh man, all these pollens, all these things.
Doc, let me ask you this. Brothers and sisters on high blood pressure, would you, as far as cold turkey, stop and jump on this, or they got to wean off? How does that work?
You stay on your medication. Whatever your doctor is telling you, it's a good.
Why is that? Why would you stay on that portion?
Because number one is it's the law.
Oh,
it's the law. If I don't say that, I'm supposed to go to jail. That's the law.
Okay, so stay on
the law is there to protect the pharmaceutical industry, not you.
We know this. Okay, Doc. Okay.
Gotta make that clear. They got the money. You don't. You used to have the money before they took your money.
Yeah.
Now you don't. Now you're and they are in charge. Okay.
So we got to slowly.
And some of those people are nice people, but some of them aren't.
Okay, keep going. What you got there?
All right. So now here we have done. So it started out in this make lifestyle changes diet system. How much water you should drink, what kind of water, spring water with minerals, starting with 16 ounces every morning. And if you take and crush a slice of organic lemon in that water.
Yeah, hold up, Doc. Let's speak on something. You know, the alkaline water, the stuff you buy, and they market alkaline water, alkaline. Yeah. When you say it's a gimmick, you can make your own alkaline water with lemon. Speak on that.
Squeeze a slice of lemon into your 16 ounces of water. Well, maybe a quarter of an inch thick,
So
whatever.
So this alkaline water,
slice of lemon, crush it in the water. It drives your water alkaline.
So it's a gimmick when they already got it. Oh, alkaline water. What do you think?
All you need is a little bit of lemon juice. And by the way, that lemon juice is going to flush out the kidneys.
Cool. Okay.
It causes the kidneys it's a diuretic. So it's flushing the kidneys out. So now you're getting enough water. You're getting the right kind of water, and you're adding a little lemon. You're driving it to be alkaline. So man, you are right on top of what's going on. So now you do that, and it tells you how to do that. Then you have your B12 and folic acid drops under the tongue, and bam, that wakes you up. Then you're taking that liquid sunshine, and all of a sudden you got more energy than most teenagers. But anyway, the next thing is pregnenolone. Pregnenolone is what they give a military pilot who's all stressed out, can't fly another mission, comes in and says, "I'm done. I can't do this anymore." And they say, "Come here." And they give him up to 700 milligrams of pregnenolone when all you really need is about 30 milligrams. They give him about up to 700 milligrams, depending on whatever they know about that person. And it takes away all the stress immediately. Here's a jet pilot, just flew in, and he's rocky, can't even stand straight. And they give him a shot of this natural hormone, which is cheap. And they give him a shot of that right underneath the tongue, probably a tincture extract, or if it's a tablet, they may crush it and have him just chew on it. And 10 minutes later, he or she crawls back into that jet and flies another mission. No stress. That removes stress. How many people are so stressed out by all the things that are going on, which is almost everybody, or if they're not stressed out, they don't know what's going on. But anyway, so there's the pregnenolone. It's for those who are stressed out, and if you're not stressed out, don't take it. But by the way, one of the side effects of pregnenolone, that hormone, is if you had severed your spinal cord, it could grow back together if you took pregnenolone when it happened. How's that?
Really? Wow.
And that's science. Science says that. But nobody's telling anybody who's had a severed spinal cord that they can do that.
Wow.
But science says that. So
that'd
be nice, if you had that happen. So spinal cord injuries, immediately some pregnenolone could possibly benefit some people, and they need to know about that. Then there's fulvic acid. Fulvic acid is a rejuvenator, and you put what fulvic acid is everything that's not in your food. Everything that's not in your food is in fulvic acid. Fulvic acid is dirt, is the dirt that all of the trees, all of the animals, all of it finally goes down into the dirt and into the soil. And so now you have all of these broke down ingredients centuries later, and it's called fulvic acid. It's in dirt and it's cheap. But yet, here it is. All the vitamins, all the minerals, all the nutrients from ancient times. And it's in fulvic acid. And it's cheap. And you give yourself 1 teaspoon a day, and that is a rejuvenator. It's called Shilajit. It's called fulvic acid.
Shilajit. I've been taking Shilajit.
That's it. See, that's it.
Put in my
That's
coffee.
Fulvic acid. You got it. And see, Shilajit has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for thousands of years. They knew about it. They knew about it. But you're not supposed to find out about it.
Somebody that has high blood pressure, Shilajit will pretty much regulate someone's blood pressure.
That will help. These are things to help the body to get back into doing what it's supposed to be doing. And then then the next thing is saying, be sure and take a good multiple vitamin.
Hold up, Doc. Hold up, Doc. Why come the medical doctors are not telling nobody about Shilajit? Like, what's going on?
It's a food. They're not in the food business. They get no training in food. They might get an hour. They might get an hour training about nutrition. That's
hold up, Doc. Stop right there. Stop right there. So you just said what I assumed. They're not even taught this, right? And then
No, they're not.
They don't even have the knowledge.
You're lucky that they finally started giving you vitamin D3, which they never did before, but now they are. But they haven't come far enough to understand, all of the natural remedies, because they're not schooled in it.
Hold up now. So they go to school. 10 years, get $300,000 in debt, and they lack this knowledge.
That's right. They're not taught about nutrition. They're taught about drugs. This drug, that drug. And if it don't work, give them another drug. And if they die, well, that's what happens.
Okay. All right.
That's the truth. So now there's something called colostrum here. What if somebody's immune system is so bad that they say, hey man, my doctor tells me my immune system is bad? Then here is what happens is when a baby is born, the first thing that comes into mother's milk is called colostrum. That colostrum is from mom, and it's all the immune factors to immunize the baby, and the baby gets the colostrum, which is one of the reasons why it's so important for a baby to be breastfed. because the first thing that comes in is all the immune things to immunize the baby. And if they aren't if they're not breastfed, they're not going to get that from mom. And then maybe later on in life, their immune system just isn't strong enough, and they always have this allergy, or they're coming down with this or that or the other thing because they didn't get mom's colostrum, or something else happened and their immune system got attacked. Either way, this is a natural way to boost the immune system, is by taking these capsules. You take them for a month or two and you've boosted your immune system naturally. That's something that nobody talks about, but we're talking. See, these are the things that are in your diet that change the picture. The next thing it's telling you is everyone needs calcium and magnesium. So take 1 with breakfast and 2 with dinner. And some people need more than that. They need more magnesium. If you're cramping up and ever having any cramps in your legs or tightness in your legs or your limbs or your arms, when you take enough magnesium, which might be as much as 400 milligrams 2 to 3 times a day or more. You might need as much as 2,000 milligrams of magnesium. Find out how much you need, because the magnesium will make every bowel movement softer. And I'm still talking to people who have constipation and they haven't had a bowel movement for 2 or 3 days. Now that's poisoning the body, and that's not getting rid of the things that you need to get in and take the nutrition from and leave. And so people are constipated. And that's a whole nother story, because we know how to get rid of constipation with an herbal formula that cleans the colon out and gets and then over a period of time you need less and less and less of an herbal tea that is called CAC tea. And that trains the bowel to go back to work again and get rid of constipation. And it's not habit forming. And most of the things that people take, they take aloe vera. They say, oh yeah, aloe vera will help you go to the bathroom. That's true, it will. And if you don't, but if you quit taking it, then you can't go to the bathroom. So in other words, aloe vera is habit forming. It's great and wonderful short-term use. Go ahead.
Now let me give you an essence of time. Oh, you knocked the blood pressure. The brothers and sisters watching this, they already know. Okay, this is how you get started with how to combat. Okay, let's get to these 2 other topics we're gonna talk about for tonight. We're gonna get to a little bit more serious.
Okay,
I want you to now.
Okay, I'm gonna move right back over to high blood pressure. We got to deal with that. Then we're gonna talk about things for that are the natural remedies that science knows about that could be helpful for some other things like cancer and diabetes, as well as high blood
I want
pressure.
I want you to knock them 2 out, because like I said, I want you to bring home with cancer, because man, so many people.
Okay, so and again, I'm not promising cures here. I'm promising you that these are the nutrients that God created that are helpful and may help you. That's what I'm saying here. Okay. Now, let's get away. So it starts with the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system. And that diet system isn't just do this and do that, because it goes from all the things you need to take in the beginning. Then it gives you the healthiest diet on the planet, and it gives you a power drink that it gives you so much energy that you can do anything you think you couldn't do before. Well, you can do it when you know about this power drink. So you have a power drink that increases your energy levels and gives you a brand new liver by 60% every 120 days. And is delicious. So you got a power drink. You got all these nutrients. Then you got a power drink. Then you got whole food, plant-based meal plans and recipes, and an acid alkaline food chart to balance it all out. That is the perfect diet system, and I rushed through it because I could have explained it in more detail if we had a lot more time, and we don't. But that's it. Now you know that there is a complete diet system with diet meal plans and recipes. That means you pick your own food that you like. You pick your own meal plans, your own recipes, and you balance it out with an acid alkaline food chart. I'm done with that. Let's get over to where we left off when we were talking about high blood pressure. Then now we're getting to it. So guess what? The most common vitamin for high blood pressure, guess what? It's vitamin D. Vitamin D, because natural experts have known for decades how powerful vitamin D3 is, and this particular vitamin is for battling high blood pressure. They know it. The big pharmaceutical companies have, however, used endless resources and influences to bury any study that showed the effects from vitamin D3. Research recently published on the online science journal, the PLOS, revealed, however, conclusive proof that high blood pressure is caused by, and it says cured by, vitamin D3. Research on mice recently looked at the connection between high blood pressure and vitamin D. In the two-part study, 4 groups of mice were given specific diets. In one part of the study, the mice were given vitamin D deficient and vitamin D sufficient diets. So we had one group, bad diet, other group, a good diet with vitamin D. In the second group, with vitamin D sufficient diets, a part of the study, they were further divided between a high fat and a low fat diet. This resulted in 4 groups: vitamin D deficient, high fat, vitamin D deficient, low fat, and vitamin D sufficient, high fat, and vitamin D sufficient, low fat. That's it. And the conclusion, mice that were in the vitamin D deficient groups, both high and low fat diets didn't matter. They both developed. They were vitamin D deficient groups, and they were not given any vitamin D, and they developed high blood pressure. They developed high blood pressure because they didn't have enough vitamin D. The mice who were not vitamin D sufficient did not become hypertensive or with high blood pressure. It didn't matter if they received high or low fat diets. What's more, when the hypertensive mice with high blood pressure, the mice with high blood pressure from the deficient group, then received, once they were given sufficient levels of vitamin D, their blood pressure stabilized and they no longer showed signs of high blood pressure. Before the study, all researchers had to go on were correlative studies that had been criticized by pharmaceutical groups as not having irrefutable proof. This study ends that debate. That is irrefutable proof. So you want to make sure your vitamin D levels are sufficient and eat plenty of organic fruits, veggies, nuts, and seeds, and do not eat GMO, genetically modified organisms. They're useless and there's nothing in them. You want to remove all grains from your diet. If you have high blood pressure, do not eat any grains because they're poisoned anyway. The grains in America are garbage. Do not eat any grains from America. You might still be able to eat quinoa and amaranth. Those are ancient grains from ancient times. Those two grains are still, they haven't ruined them yet, but maybe they'll find a way to do that too. Because I have absolutely believe that these people will stop at nothing to keep you sick. Anyway, vegetables.
Hey,
you want
Doc,
2
that's
to
it.
4 servings every day. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish it up.
So vegetables. So first of all, remove the grains from your diet. Eat 2 to 4 servings of vegetables and greens. Daily. Eat 2 to 3 servings of fruit daily. And have a low fat, fat free dairy, or no dairy. No dairy is best. The only dairy you should be eating is butter. Butter is good for you. The rest of the dairy is garbage.
Okay, I concur.
Organics. No red meat. Organic. If you want to eat organic, range free, no antibiotics.
Hold up now. You said no meat. How about grass fed? Now I mean the best of the best.
Okay,
now.
well, in that case, well, all right. No red meat, especially if you've got cancer or diabetes. We're going to take you off red meat for a while. Even
okay,
organic, even range free. But if you don't have high blood pressure and you don't have illnesses, okay, and you're plenty healthy, sure, have some organic, range free, no antibiotics in your poultry you want your fish to be wild caught fish, not farmed.
We're speaking on people with high blood pressure. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, okay. Now, wild caught fish, not farmed, and you want 2 or fewer servings a day of those kinds of foods, maybe 3 ounces of poultry or fish, something like that. And you want, go ahead.
I was gonna say, in the essence of time, let's get to this. Forget diabetes. Let's get to this monster, man. It's killing everybody in the United States. Cancer.
Okay.
What do we do?
So now we have visited the high blood pressure report. So you can visit the Make Lifestyle Changes report and get into that system and get healthy and stay healthy. And then you can and if there is high blood pressure, get into this report, read it, and see what may help you. And if you need a coach, that's when you come over to the side panel here and you fill out a member intake form that goes directly to me. And it tells me that you're dealing with this problem or that problem, and it tells me exactly what's going on. And you can fill that out in 5 or 10 minutes. It's an online form. You fill it out online, 5 to 10 minutes, press the button. I get it in 5 to 10 minutes. Then you have 4 ways to put me to work for you. If you're in a hurry and you want me to help you within 48 hours, maybe there's cancer and you want immediate help on a good system. Well, then you fill out the member intake form and you say, okay, I want express service, 48 hours. I want a protocol of what to take, when to take, how much to take, and everything. So it's all laid out. It's called a protocol. And you send that to me and send it to me within 48 hours. If it's during the week, weekdays of the week. If it's on the weekend or a holiday, you can't count those because we can't ship, we can't work on those days. So 5 days a week, 48-hour service. If you want to make a donation to rush it through and get this protocol of what to take and how to take and so forth, you can do that, but it's going to cost $399 one time. And for that, you're going to get that protocol. You're going to get the 48 hours express service, and you're going to get me. You can contact me by telephone. You can contact me over the internet. You can contact me all over. You can go to that free broadcast every Thursday, and then you can check in with me. But again, you never talk about your illness. You talk about, and maybe if it's high blood pressure, or if it's cancer, or if it's diabetes, you don't say my cancer, my diabetes, because it ain't yours anyway. It belongs to the devil. And give it back to him. He deserves it. You don't. So
Yeah.
So that's it. So now you got the high blood pressure report, and you know where it starts, and you know what to do with that. And then we go, and you know about the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system, and you know that you can get an express service. Okay, well, what if you're poor like I am? I'm poor in money. I'm rich in faith, but I'm poor in money. I don't have any money. And anytime I get any money, I help somebody, and I help people all my life, my own family and everybody that come to me, until I never had anything left over. Every single month, I'm scrambling to pay the rent. I'm scrambling. You say, he must be making millions. I'm not making anything, really. I don't have anything. I don't have anything left at the end of the month. And if I do, I help more people for free, because I got so many people that I need help, and they don't have any resources, and I help them. And how do I do that? Because I say, okay, $195 one time for a lifetime membership. And they say, I don't have $195. And then I tell them, then you're just like I am. So how about $20 monthly? Every month, $20. And at the end of the year, that'll go towards the 195, and you get a lifetime membership. Then you never have to make another donation to me to help me to do this. But if you can, I'm begging you to help me to help more people. And I'm not shy about it. I'm begging anyone to help me to do more, help more people. And frankly, I ain't getting that kind of help.
You just a phone call away, right? If brothers, take you up on your services.
I'm a phone call away, and that telephone number is 503-362-5899. You can call me up, 503-362-5899. Better if you could email me, because I can't answer all my phone calls fast enough. But you can always email me, and I always answer every email first. Then I go answer my phone calls, because I just don't have enough time to answer all the phone calls, because a lot of people call me. But I always answer my email, and my email is Truman, TRUMAN, at herbalhealthreview.com. Truman.
Okay, Doc.
At herbalhealthreview.com. Go ahead.
Okay. We know how people, how can they reach out to you? How can, they get the step-by-step. People that's dealing with, when a doctor, tells you I got stage 4 cancer, they send you home to die, or they start you out with the chemotherapy. What is there options with the natural way to get to kick that?
That's even if they're on chemotherapy. Then we adjust the system to not interfere with the chemotherapy, or let the chemotherapy interfere with the system. We keep them separated by 2 hours apart for any drugs that they're taking. Then 2 hours later, you can take natural remedies or food and nourishment. You don't take them together. We don't want anything to interfere with their drugs, and we don't want any of their drugs to interfere with our natural foods and remedies. We keep them 2 hours apart. And if they're on chemotherapy, then it's 3 days of chemotherapy, 3 days of rest, then 3 days of natural remedies, no drugs, no nothing, for 3 days, just natural remedies. Then 3 days later, with a 3-day rest, back on your chemo, but you're separating it by 3 days. 3 days natural, 3 days chemo. And that's how we do it. We separate it that where we're not interfering with anything they're doing, and we're watching, and they're calling me, and they're letting me know, hey, this is working, that's not working, this needs more, that needs, and nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing it because it's too hard. There's never been a system like this, because nobody's been ever been able to stand up to the FDA and send them to shame like I did. And I didn't do it. God did it. I'm standing there and I watched God part the waters on that day. I cried all the way home. Because after years and decades, no more harassment, no more intimidation, no more extortion threats from my own federal government. Okay, so let's wrap it up. So now you've got a Make Lifestyle Changes diet system. You now know what to do. And there are certain things that are available in this report that helps you, not just the vitamin D. There's a high blood pressure kit that you can get. It's making sure that you're eating a good diet. And then it's reminding you of what of safe sugars. If you like things sweet and you can't give up sweetness, no problem. There's a leaf, an herbal leaf from stevia leaf, or stevia leaf green powder. And then there's something called xylitol that remineralizes your teeth and helps with fighting against tooth decay. They're called xylitol. And that is a no sugar made from birch wood. And it looks like sugar and it tastes like sugar. So if you want a natural sweetness, get some stevia leaf. If you want a natural sweetener that looks and tastes like sugar, xylitol sweetener. Okay. Then these are all in the high blood pressure report. So it's giving you all these dietary suggestions and ideas. And finally, it's telling you about how to cleanse and detoxify and lower blood pressure and cholesterol with a special fiber product. It's telling you to be sure and take potassium and be sure and take calcium and magnesium. And then it's giving you some herbs that have been used historically and traditionally. And finally, it gets down to the fact that garlic and hawthorn berry, and here's a high blood pressure combination of herbs that helps high blood pressure in most people. And here's a high blood pressure control kit that's got all kinds of different things in it, and you just order the kit. You get on the diet, you order the kit, bam. Then then you give me feedback. And you say, okay, everything's wonderful. My high blood pressure is under control, or it's not. And if it's not, then we got more work to do. Good news is we got plenty of tools. So all these tools, a high blood pressure kit, hawthorn berry, a circulation formula, garlic, coenzyme Q10, which is especially needed when there is fear of a stroke. If you have a stroke, or you've had a stroke, or you don't want a stroke, let's make sure you know about CoQ10, which oxygenates and helps increase circulation, giving you more oxygen to every part of your body. Flaxseed oil, and another thing, amino acids, a liver system cleansing system that cleans up the liver. So if you're cleaning up the liver and the bowel and getting rid of constipation, and you got this diet, and you got all these things that are helpful and can be helpful, like the fiber and the CAC liquid in the cleansing kit that cleans up the liver and the cholesterol and so forth out of the system. All of this is listed here in the high blood pressure report. And it's got heart herbs. It's telling you about colloidal silver water, which is the safest and most powerful antibiotic on the planet. It's just one of the things that's listed here in the high blood pressure report. But there's a heart report. There's a report for the nerves to cool down the nervous system. There's a circulation report. You make sure that circulation is going. And if there is clogged arteries, or if there is clogged arteries, clogged veins, then you want to know about the clogged arteries report, because there are things that unclog the arteries, natural things that we can use. So these are all listed here, and that's it. That's it. And the last thing that's in this high blood pressure report is a link to the Make Lifestyle Changes report, which is a superhuman diet system. Now, we've talked about We talked about the diet. We've talked about the high blood pressure. Let's go take a look at diabetes. Okay. Let's go take a look at, click on common conditions. Now, this isn't a cure. We don't, we're not claiming this is the cure for anything. But this could be very helpful. This could be very, very helpful. So let's look at diabetes, which is totally can be eliminated within 30 days. Diabetes is absolutely easy to get rid of in 30 days. Nobody should have diabetes. So let's take a look at what people are doing that don't have diabetes anymore, and they're claiming that it works. I can't claim that because, I can't claim it works. And they don't want me to do that, but people are saying that it works. This system, as a matter of fact, here is a testimonial from a brother who had diabetes and Elder Rakah, who gave a testimonial about diabetes and the system that works on the kidneys and the high blood pressure and diabetes. And you've got 3 or 4 things going on. You got to work on all 3 or 4 things all at the same time. You don't take them individually. I got a lot of people come to me and say, oh, I just want to work on my heart problem first. Then I want to work on my cancer second. No, you work on the heart, you work on the cancer, you work on the high blood pressure, you work on everything at one time. Why mess around when you're getting rid of something you don't want? Why mess around about it? So that's how, so this is it. So here is a fellow by the name of Josh came to me about 10 years ago. And actually it was 2016. And he came in and he said he had high blood pressure and everything. And it was kidding me. He had diabetes. And he started taking all the things that science knows about diabetes. There's a diabetes kit, just like there's a high blood pressure kit, just like there's a Make Lifestyle Changes diet kit. So all these kits are groups of things you can get at an extra discount. And I get nothing from the sale of any product. I invented the entire system and the products and had to give it away so that the government would leave me alone. As long as I'm broke and out of money, they're happy.
Hold up now. Could you reveal why you can't, since this is your formulations, you can't make a dime off of it?
None. No, I had to give it away. They were arguing to the judge, oh, he's making all this money. And guess what? I showed him my tax returns. I showed that judge everything about me. That judge turned on the FDA and told him to get out of the courtroom, leave natural remedies alone, go after potato chip manufacturers, and said, by the way, I'm the chief federal judge of the Western United States, and you're going to get out of my courtroom and you're never coming back again. And call me on the telephone if you have anything else to say. Now, get out of here and goodbye. That was it. That's how I won the case, but I got no compensation for 40 to 50 years of harassment, intimidation, threats, and humiliation. I got nothing for my time, but they aren't allowed to do it to me anymore.
All praises.
All praises to the Most High. So that's it. So now you got a system all about diabetes. So you go to look at this diabetes report. You look at the Make Lifestyle Changes report. You look at the high blood pressure report. And if there's cancer, you click on these common conditions again, and you go down and you clicking on ABC after. You're on the herbalhealthreview.com website. You're clicking on common conditions and you go down to breast and all cancer. And here's what the bad guys don't want you to know.
Wow.
Here's what the bad guys don't want you to know. what the first thing that it's telling you, the first thing that it's telling you is that since 1925, it has been known that starving the body of carbohydrates, sugar, starving the body of sugar kills cancer cells anywhere in the body. So if there's cancer, stop eating sugar and eat very little or no fruit. And keep your bowel movements soft with the colon liver cleansing system, and keep cleaned out. Keep your diet. It's going to say it's going to tell you to get into the Make Lifestyle Changes report. It told you right there that ever since 1925, they already know what kills cancer, but they're not going to tell you.
Now that's a problem because most people are slave to sugar. So that's
yeah, and they're slave to sugar. They got to have that sweetness. That's why I gave you those sugar-free things like the xylitol. And
that's
like
why, brother. That's why people need a coach like you, so you can walk them step by step, instead of leaving them out there just to guess and assume. They need a
that's
coach.
what they want to do. They want to make it illegal that I'm bad because I'm talking about all these natural remedies. So don't listen to me. You know, matter of fact, you know, I'm poor. I don't have anything. You shouldn't listen to me. But you're supposed to listen to them. Kind of like the IRS showing up on your doorstep and telling you, I'm here to help. The IRS is not here to help, but they'll show up on your doorstep and tell you that I'm here to help you. You know they're not. Same thing with the system. The system is not working for you. But anyway, here it is. All the ways to work with cancer. Did I say cure cancer? No, because we can't say things like that. So we don't say that. So no. We're talking about what to do. Here's what you do. You there it is. It tells you the first thing it says, get on to Make Lifestyle Changes diet system. Build up your immune system. Let's fight this off. And it gives you all these things to build you up, make you strong. Okay. Then it gets down here and the acid alkaline food chart. And then it tells you about things that they don't want you to know about, like mushrooms. I started out with mushroom time 3. Right now it's mushrooms time 6, because these mushrooms are anti-inflammatory. They get rid of the inflammation. They are loaded with enzymes, and they help to, what they found, the International Journal of Cancer has correlated eating mushrooms with a significantly decreased risk of developing prostate cancer. Mushrooms will decrease. That's what they say. So I'm not saying it. This is a 2019 study published in the International Journal of Cancer. Has correlated eating mushrooms with significantly decreased risk of developing prostate cancer in middle-aged Japanese men, but the mechanism by which this occurs remains nebulous. And they always say something like that at the end of it. They tell you what is good, and then they tell you, oh, well, it's not proven. The reason it's not proven, there's no money in proving that food helps people when they're making zillions of dollars pushing drugs. So you want to know about the mushrooms, and herbal tincture extracts of mushrooms. You want to, and you click on it, and you're looking at it. Any of these things in the report, they're not just telling you what, they're giving you a link to where to go to get the mushrooms, to get the number 1084, which I named in the beginning. I named it cancer formula. They said, you can't say that. You can't say cancer formula, even though those are the herbs that are traditionally and historically and scientifically used when there's cancer. You're not supposed to find out about them. But here you are, because they couldn't stop this report. So, Formula 1084. And And when you click on it, it gives you the directions and dosage, and you can put it in a shopping cart, and you can order a big bottle, because a 32 ounce is going to be less per ounce than a 2 ounce or a 1 ounce bottle. And you can get it in any size, and the larger the sizes, the more the discount. So now you're not only getting herbs and nutrients that are good for you, but you're getting them at a discount, because the discount code, when you click on these products and go to the manufacturer, where I get nothing from the sale of the product, and I invented both those products and everything else on that page. I invented it and get nothing from it. But anyway, there's the cancer herbs in Formula 1084. So you click on 1084, and then you get the biggest size that you can afford, and you take it as the directions are. Start with 1.5 teaspoons in juice or water 3 times a day, or right under the tongue, and hold it, swish it around, and then swallow it. That way it goes through your cheeks, under your tongue, and directly into your bloodstream. That's how it works. Okay. And that's very important. You got the mushrooms, you've got the natural cancer herbs. And it's telling you, what about hydrogen peroxide, food grade? And you get a little 2-ounce bottle, and it's like about $10 with your discount. Oh, by the way, the discount, when you go over to checkout, type in the letters GOCC. When you type in GOCC, it takes 20% off of your order. That is love. That's love. Yeah. The pharmaceutical industry, it has raised the prices of their drugs where you can't even afford them, and the manufacturer of the natural remedies is lowering the price where you can actually use these herbs. You can actually get them, and it's not thousands of dollars. And you get a discount. GOCC takes 20% off your order. So here is the information on peroxide, which oxygenates every cell, and in the presence of oxygen, cancer can't survive. Cancer does not like oxygen. So now you got oxygen, and there's all the research reports on it, so you can read up on it. And here's the formula that was a cancer formula from Canada, from Nurse Cossey. Nurse Cossey, back in the early 1900s, went to the Ojibwa Indians in eastern Canada, northeastern Canada, which is where my teacher from the Green Shores Herbal College, she came from that area. She was a part of that tribe, a tribe of Indians in that area. And so she knew about this cancer cure too. And because Renee Cossey went to the Ojibwa Indians and was talking to them there and said, "Hey, yeah, I'm losing another person to cancer that's got cancer." And they said, "Well, why are you doing that? We know what to do about that. Here, you just use this herb, and this herb, and that herb." And they give her the formula, and she put it together, and she took the herbs, and she went back and gave them to her cancer patients. They got well. So pretty soon, everybody figured, and pretty soon, it was not like a few months later, a form of line all the way around the block, clear around the block, and to her front door, a line of people would be there every single morning wanting that formula that she called Essiac. Essiac. That's her name, Renee Cossey. That's her name spelled backwards. And that's what she called it, Essiac. and that was her cancer formula. And she was famous in Canada. And the government came to her and said, "If you don't give us that formula, we will put you in jail." she never did give him that formula. She wouldn't give it to him. And they did not put her in jail because they'd have had a riot on their hand. But so anyway, so there it is. There's that. So there's Rene Cossi's formula. Because again, my teacher knew Rene Cossi. She came from the same tribe of Indians that had the cure. So yeah, I had that formula, and I created it, and there it is, called Truman's Essiac, and it helps to build up the immune system. It releases toxins, and it's used when there's diabetes, and it's used when there's cancer, and it's wonderful. So here's all the things you would need to know in the cancer report, all about cancer and the foods and so forth that are available and that you need to know about. They're all listed in the cancer report. So now you've had a make lifestyle changes report, a high blood pressure report, a diabetes report, and a cancer report, breast and lung cancers. And if you look at what's going on here, you click on common conditions, and you're going to see that I have been doing a lot of research for over 60 years, and it's all published right here. There's an abscess tumors report, acidosis, reflux, GERD report, acne, adrenal fatigue, alcoholism, allergies, hair loss, alopecia, Alzheimer's, anemia, anxiety, depression, and PTSD. These are arthritis, rheumatism. These are all full scientific reports that are at your fingertips. And all you need to do is make a donation and become a member, either $20 monthly or $195 one time for a lifetime membership, or express service $399. That's the system. That's what I do. And I don't make anything from the sale of any products, and I don't diagnose, and I don't cure. I just help people with natural remedies, and God gets all the credit. All praises to the Most High.
Doc, let me ask you a question. People would, have, insurance. Can they file a claim and have insurance pay for this, or?
No. Government ain't going to do that. They're not. Unless you have some kind of special insurance that says natural remedies are okay. But no. You either have to die or take a drug. That's the system. Unless you know about natural remedies, then you're not being a good American. You're not following their system. You're not doing what they're telling you to do.
We can talk for 5 hours. Let me. Okay, so pretty much any common condition from cancer to acne to impotence, there's a natural cure you formulated that can
natural remedy. There are natural remedies to help them. There are people that don't have these problems anymore because God is great.
All praise.
All praises to the Most High.
Hey, brother.
My telephone. Should I give out my telephone number? And I think we probably did almost 2 hours here.
It's dinner time. You've done a fantastic Oh my! I got no words. I mean, what can I say after something like that you put out?
All praises to the Most High. That's the words, brother.
Hey, brother, like I said, a part of this channel, it has a health aspect of it. And like I said, when I thought about, bringing this channel on, you came to my mind. So I said, I got to get them on to talk about these natural herbs, because my mother, a living testament of natural herbs. I mean, I'm 43 and I'm in the best shape of my life. Follow some of your advice, eating, high octane foods, no garbage, no sugar. And I look like I'm 43. I look like I'm 25. So I mean, hey.
Well, the thing about it is, whatever age you are alive, you are vibrant, you are praising the Most High, and that's the way it should go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we can live. You're 83, 81 with a 6-pack. I mean, what more can I say?
Yeah. Well,
so we can live it. We can grow old and still be functional, and without being old and decrepit. I mean,
That's
it's
right. I
possible.
got 8 grandchildren and 18 great grandchildren, and I get to play with them all. Yeah, I'm having a good time. You know, we're out playing ball together, no problem.
Oh man, you a real jewel, man. But brother, it's dinner time. Thank you for coming on my show. I'm gonna put this in motion ASAP and put it out there. Share it with brothers and sisters I know that's afflicted with these ailments, and hopefully, man, somebody will take you up on your services. That's my whole purpose of bringing you on. This is spread it out for your services, man. That's it. That's all I want to do.
Okay, so that being said, my telephone number is 503 362 5899. That's 503 362 5899. Again, my email is the fastest way to reach me. Truman, TRUMAN, at herbalhealthreview.com. Truman at herbalhealthreview.com. Travis, I love you, brother. Thank you
Love you
for
too, brother.
inviting
Thank
me
you.
on. Bless
We'll
you,
be
bless
talking.
your family. All praises to the Most High.
No praises, brother. Thank you.